Fion and welcome back to my channel, Croeso Eva Chanel. A blwyddyn newydd dda, Happy New Year. I hope you are feeling positive and excited for the new year ahead. Today I'm just going to do a quick run through of my physical TBR as I'm taking it into 2025. I did this last year and then at the end of the year I watched it back and looked at how many I'd read or not read, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to do it again now. I am absolutely not going to read every one of these books this year, but I'm kind of conflicted because I really want to get a good chunk of these off my TBR, because some of these books I've owned for 3 or 4 years and I'm just not drawn to read, but I don't want to get rid of them in case there's a hidden gem that I'm going to love. But at the same time I really want to focus on finding books and picking up books that I expect to really enjoy this year, so I don't know. But without further ado and in no particular order, let's take a look at my physical TBR for 2025. First up, I have Alice and the Fly. This is a book I know absolutely nothing about. I've never heard of it, but I saw it in a charity shop and liked the title, so I bought it. Let It Be Morning by Saeed Kashwa. Oh, who's Alice and the Fly by? James Rice. I believe it's by a Palestinian author, and I got it from a recommendation from Lizzie's Reads on Instagram. How the One-Eyed Sister Sweeps a House by Cherie Jones. Against the Loveless World by Susan Abelhauer. The Lost Family by Jenna Bloom. This book I got, this is one of the oldest books on my TBR, one of my TBR vets. This is either 2020 or 2021. I got it from a Box of Stories, a book subscription service. And some of the books have been hits for me from there, but a lot of them have been quite average, and a lot of them I have yet to read, even though I got them over the span of a year in 2020 and 21, I believe. Yeah, I'm just never drawn to them. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. And then I also have the following two in the series, The Year of the Flood and Mad Adam. And I think this is called the Mad Adam series, though I'm not super sure of that. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. One Day by David Nichols. The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Delilah Harris. I got this from a charity shop and it has loads of like handwriting in it, which has really put me off picking it up. Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. The Guilty Feminist by Deborah Frances White. The Bobby Girls War by Joanna Bell. This book my sister got me without realising it was the 4th one in the series that I haven't read, but I don't think you have to read the rest. So I will probably get to this eventually without reading the other ones. The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. My grandma got this for me on a whim for Christmas, but without knowing that it was on my list of books that I want to get. So that was a good one. What You Were Looking For Is in the Library by Michiko Iriyama. The Queen's Gambit by Walter Travis. Oh, the font is small in this. I watched the series when it came out years ago and really enjoyed it. And I have no idea if it's the same at all. Like, I do like chess, but I'm not very good at it. But I absolutely loved Checkmate by Ali Hazelwood, which is also about chess, but I think a very different book. Northwards by Daniel Mason. Got this on a total whim from a Waterstones feature table. The Simple Wilds by K.A. Tucker. Of Women and Salt by Gabriela Garcia. All In and Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I got this series for Christmas and I've already read the first 2 and I really enjoyed them, so I'm really looking forward to these 2. The Time Between Us by Marina McCarran. Wanderers, A History of Women Walking by Kerry Andrews. Holy Island by L.J. Ross. Turning Point by Danielle Steele. Freedom is a Constant Struggle by Angela Y. Davis. Small Worlds by Caleb Azuma Nelson. Blood and Sand by Frank Gardner. Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. I feel like this is going to break me, but I don't know a lot about it, so we'll see. Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. The rest of the Harry Potter series, I have read the first 2. I read the first one in November for the first time ever, and then I read the second one in December, and I have been enjoying them, but these are big books. The Letters by Fiona Robin. A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. The Martian by Andy Weir and Endurance by Alfred Lansing are actually Ben's books, but they live on our shared bookshelf, although the vast majority of books on here are mine. But we do share it, but These are his, but he's happy for me to read them, and I definitely want to read The Martian. I'd maybe like to read Endurance. Factfulness by Hans Rosling, You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi, Angels by Marion Keyes, Me Before You by Jojo Moyes, Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Oh, also to go with Me Before You, I also have After You by Jojo Moyes. I tend to just have the first one in the series on my cart and then the rest on the bookshelves, although my shelves are getting very full now, so I'm not too sure. I'm thinking maybe the Harry Potters are just not going to make it onto the shelf. We'll have to see. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, In Memoriam by Alice Wynne, All That Remains by Sue Black, Night Heron by Adam Brooks, Reptile Memoirs by Sylvia Ulstein, The Miseducation of Evie Epworth by Matson Taylor, The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, and Black Book by Matteo Ascari-Poor. Then I also have Yellowface by Rebecca F. Kuang. This is one I'm borrowing, so I'll try and read this pretty soon so I can return it. And then a selection of Welsh learner books. So we have Blackmail gan Peggy Tawfryn, Stryd y Bont gan Manon Steffan Ross, Y Llyfr gan Peggy Tawfryn hefyd, Y Llythyr gan Helen Naylor, a Croesi'r Bont gan Zoe Pettinger. And then down here on my hardback shelf, I have Homecoming by Luan Goldie, Secrets of the Lighthouse by Santa Montefiore, Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland, We the Survivors by Tash Orr, The Way to the Spring by Ben Ehrenreich, The Rapture by Claire McGlasson, An Excellent Choice by Emma Brox, Kismet by Luke Tredgett, which is the lowest rated book on my Physical TBR, so I never really feel inclined to read it. Although that might be a reason to read it. Confident Women by Tori Telfer, Disability Visibility by Alice Wong, Esther by Dejan Tiago Stankovic. This is number one in my list, in my notes app of my Physical TBR, so this is the book I've owned the longest, but this is another one I got in a box of stories, so I would have got 4 at the same time. It might just be that I pulled this one out of the box first, or maybe it's the only one left from that box, I don't know, but yeah. Never heard anything about this. Something in Disguise and The Beautiful Visit by Elizabeth Jane Howard. This is a 2-in-1 and the font is just awful. My grandma gave this to me after she was done with it. The Duchess of Bloomsbury Street by Helena Hanff. And finally, Sweet Little Lies by Jill Shalvis, which is another one that was given to me. I have no interest in reading, but I can't seem to let go. So that's my Physical TBR as I start January 2025. Also, I did start the year with the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston on my TBR, but I have now started it, so in my mind, it's now removed from the TBR. I'm feeling really good about my reading this year. I think I spent the last kind of week or so of December really prioritising reading because I didn't have a numerical book goal, but I was making my crochet blanket of books and I needed to get to the next milestone to make it a nicely divisible number to make the blanket make sense, and I just enjoyed that so much, so I'm really going to try and spend more time reading, less time scrolling this year, and I'm feeling good about it. Thank you so much for watching, and again, Happy New Year, Happy 2025. I hope you have a wonderful year, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!